Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing some rust repair on my E36. So this is the area that we are going to be attempting to repair. This car has very little rust on it, apart from this spot and another one over here. These are very common rust spots on an E36. But today we'll be just focusing on repairing this one, because in order to do the other one I would need to take out the roll cage and the bucket seats, so I will do that some other time. Just to clarify, this isn't a tutorial, since I don't have much experience with rust repair or spray painting, but I'm taking this as an opportunity to learn, so any helpful comments would be highly appreciated. Okay, so let's start to remove the parts to expose the rust damage. Alright, so remove this connector here. And we can take it out. It's a bit stuck. Haven't came off in ages. Alright, so it's out. We have some more rust here, but it's nothing big. We'll fix that too. Oh my god, not looking so nice. Ooh, there's quite a lot of rust. All this part needs to be replaced now. Okay, so I had to take some time off to think about what I just saw here. I was ready to put everything back together and pretend that I saw nothing. But this rust is haunting me in my dreams now, so the best choice would be to repair it. Let's begin. You might think it's okay from the outside, but look how the backside looks. It's all rusted out. Soon that will reach outside here. Alright, so I cut most of the rust out. If I had a mini grinder, the cuts would be much cleaner, but I have to work with what I have available. Also, now I could see the condition of this rust from underneath. As you can see, it's pretty clean. So I could get away with just using a flap wheel, cleaning all this rust off and adding some rust stopper to it. So we'll do that now and see how it will go. Alright, so it's all clean now. The rust haven't ate its way through it, unlike the other part which I just cut off. I think I could work with this. So I have some cardboard here, and what I'm gonna do next is place it here. Like this. And mark it like so. This way I can have an accurate shape for the new metal which I'm gonna be welding. There we go. So it fits perfectly, but it came a little short from here. I don't have enough to make this bend, but that's okay. I will cut the metal over the line. Gonna mark this side up now, and we are soon ready to cut the new metal pieces. The mistake I did on the other one was this, because I didn't go out till here. This way it became short. Okay, looking good. So we are ready to cut the metal now. Now before we start with the cutting, I'm gonna measure the thickness of this metal here, because this is actually two metal pieces stacked together. Don't know if you can see it on camera. So let's measure. And it's 2 millimeters. What I'm gonna do, instead of using two 1mm metals stacked together, I'm gonna use a 2mm sheet metal. Since there's not gonna be much bending involved apart from this, it shouldn't be too hard to work with. The reason that there are two 1mm metals is because one of them folds off from this side and another one folds off from this side, and they touch each other. So with the 2mm metal which I'm gonna use, we're basically gonna do the same thing. Now for the left side, I'm gonna make it a little wider here since this one is a bit short. Okay, so they are now cut. Just gonna clean up the edges a little and we'll test fit them. That looks good. This one not bad. There's a missing bit here, but that's fine. I'll fill it up with the weld. But before I weld the two pieces in place, I'm gonna close this gap here. What I'm gonna do is trim it down a bit and make it approximately the same width, and weld a piece of sheet metal. Okay, so I cut a piece of sheet metal. It's okay, but this is gonna take a while to weld. Not sure if there's an easier way. So let's begin welding this. So I just finished putting it in place. Now I'm just gonna push it all up. So the side pieces are done for now. These curves were so difficult to grind. It took me a while to get them just right. Now I'm just gonna add some sealer to the backside of the welds. Now before I do the bends on the edges, I'm gonna finish adding in the middle piece. Alright, that's good. I cut it a little wider than it should be. I'll trim it down once it's completely welded in place. Alright, so it's now leveled out, and it's pretty solid. It's starting to come all together. Though there is one problem. By looking at the side pieces, this one is obviously the incorrect size. So yeah, I still managed to mess up the measurement somehow. I don't know what I was thinking at that time, but clearly it is smaller than it should be. So the edges aren't going to match up with the rest. So now I have no choice but to weld in an extra metal piece, because there is no way I'm cutting it all out again. Should still be fine though. It will just only require a little work, that's all. Okay, so now I have enough metal for the bend. There's even extra to make sure I won't mess it up again this time. I'll just trim that off once the bend is complete. Gonna apply some heat to make the bending quicker. Oh my god, there's still a missing piece here. Oh, right here. So I guess I need to add another piece there. It's funny that I still managed to mess it up. All this work just for one stupid mistake. Alright, so that should do it. Just gonna bend it a little more, and this one is done. I know it's not the proper way to do it, but it is what it is. Gonna do this one now, it should be easier. Alright, so this side is done as well. Was easier than the other side, obviously. It's much easier when you have good measurements. Okay, everything is looking good now, and I'm officially done from welding and grinding. Now I'm gonna add some rust converter on the areas which I did not cut, the ones that mostly had surface rust. Although I sanded it down, there will still be some left underneath, which you can get to it by just sanding. So this is where a rust converter comes in handy. So I'm gonna patch all of the areas and I will let it sit for 24 hours. It should turn black by the time I come back. That means that it's doing its job correctly. Okay, I'm back, and after letting it fully cure, this is what it looks like. As you can see, it turned black like I mentioned. Now I'm gonna lightly sand it down and begin adding filler to the panel. So now that the top layer is sanded, you can see that the rust converter penetrated deep inside the metal. The areas which had surface rust is now gone, so the panel is now ready to have the filler applied. To me, this is the worst part, because applying filler and sanding it down to perfection requires years of experience in this sector, which I don't have. But it's not gonna stop me from trying. There it is, everything is covered up. I made quite a mess, but it's so difficult when working on a panel with curves and bends. Now I'm just gonna give it some time to cure and I'll begin sanding it down. So that's most of the sanding done. Now I'm gonna add just a bit of more filler to fix some imperfections. Alright, I think that's enough for the 40 grit. Now I'm gonna start sanding with 80 grit all the way up to 320 grit. I know that I should probably be using guide codes, but I don't have any at hand, so I'm just gonna trust my fingers. Okay, so now I'm done with descending. Finally, I think the finish looks okay, but the only way to be sure is when I apply the primer, because if there happens to be any defects, they will show right through it. So hopefully it's all good, at least this area here, because I don't really mind that much if there are some imperfections on the areas which are not gonna be visible. Now I'm gonna sand the rest of the panel down with 320 grit, then I'll clean and mask everything up to get it ready for the primer. Alright, so I got the whole panel sanded down and removed any dust. And I also masked the surrounding area. So now I am ready to start adding the primer. Just gonna clean the panel with the greaser first. I have a small air compressor, so you're gonna hear it go off a couple of times. Luckily this is not a huge panel, so I will still have a stable flow going. Alright, that's the first coat done. Now I'm gonna wait for 15 minutes and give it another coat, but this time a thicker one. So after letting it sit for 8 hours, this is how it turned out. It's fully cured, everything is looking good. Now I'm gonna prepare the paint and get this panel done. So I kept the first coat very light. Now I'm gonna add 2 more heavy coats to finish it. So it's now done. Now I will give it time to cure so I can start reassembling everything back together. Alright, so I got everything back together now. But before I show you the result, I would like to point out that this was a very difficult job for me, hence not having enough experience. But please let me know what you think in the comments section, and also how I could have done it better, because I really would love to learn more about this. Now let's see the results with everything assembled. I will put some before and after shots as well. That's all for now, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos.